Well, I've done it. I've made the big switch from Canon to Fuji. What has going on, Mark Duffy? Welcome to my channel. And as you can guess, I've switched from Canon to Fuji. I've made the big switch after that comparison video I did between the X-T2 and my Canon 6D. If you haven't seen that video already, you can see it right here. Now I know there's been a bit of time since I posted up any videos since that comparison video, but there's two reasons for that. The first reason was Christmas and I wanted to enjoy it. And the second reason was I wanted to give myself some time with these cameras to actually get comfortable with them and get a better opinion to tell you what I think of these cameras. So I thought for the first part of this, maybe I should just do like a little unboxing, show you what comes in the boxes and stuff. So we'll just do that right now. So this is the unboxing of the cameras. And the unboxing's done, because I don't like unboxing videos. So, here are the cameras. Look at them. X-T2, X-T20. And I know what you're saying, why did you go and get two cameras? Because I had two cameras. I had a 6D and I had a 70D. 6D's for the photos, 70D for the videos. So now I have the X-T2 for the photos, and I have the X-T20 for the videos. Also does the behind the photo. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know I do my behind the photo. So this is to replace the 70D, this is to replace the 6D, and I'm just using my Samsung Galaxy S7 phone to record this, so I don't even know what the video quality is going to be like in this. I've never videoed with a mobile phone before. For anything really, I don't really use the video function other than sending like Snapchats and Insta stories. I don't video with them, so if the quality's bad, I do apologize, but at least the audio quality is good. I'm recording nice quality audio, got some nice lighting on. So let's get into this. Let's talk about this really quickly. It's not going to be a long video, just something quick to do. So X-T2, what are my thoughts on the X-T2? Now you already saw my thoughts from the test, but now I have had this for a couple of weeks. The one thing I will say is I'm using the 10-24 now, and I much prefer this over that 16-55 that I did the test on. I think this is a sharper lens, but I don't know, I wouldn't mind doing another test with Remy and do a side-by-side with the two of them and compare them with that. But I'm really happy with this 10-24 lens. I love the functionality of these cameras. You know, the shutter speed, the ISO dials, you've got your aperture ring, you've got your zoom, and then you got your focus. It all makes sense. It makes sense. I haven't even changed many of the custom functions on the buttons in this camera because there's no need to. The D-pad here, you can set custom functions on, and I have done, from what I can remember, because obviously I'm not really that familiar with the camera. I have that set to white balance. This one's to be able to select the timer. I love that. You can change your drive here, but then you can also set it that you want single shots. What have you set there? You can go single shot, and then you can also set a 2-second timer, where on the Canon you can't do that. You have to set the timer with your remote dial settings, so it's a bit annoying, but that's really handy. I like that. I love the form factor of these cameras. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely gorgeous. This is built like a tank. Someone said to me that the 10-24 is a bit front heavy weight-wise compared to the camera, but to be honest, I think they're pretty even when it comes to that. I don't see where the argument for that was. And they said it's a beast of a camera, like a beast of a lens, a big lens, but I think they were just used to using the prime lenses on Fuji, which are pretty small. But this, I'm really happy with this. I'm really happy with my decision to go with these cameras. These are really good cameras. I don't have much bad to say with these cameras so far. They're really nice to use. I would say I'm enjoying photography more, but I'm not even at photography 2 years yet. I got my first camera around the 25th of January 2016, so I'm not even photographing 2 years yet, but I have to say I do enjoy using this camera. It reminds me of my dad's old SLR camera, the Pentax MG that he had, but really nice to use. I love the fact that the autofocus settings are on the camera, not on the lens. I think that makes sense because for me, I always use manual focus. So I just set that to manual, just stick on the lens, and away we go. Focus peaking. Where have you been all my life? Focus peaking. Unbelievable. Why Canon don't put that into their cameras, I don't know. Zebra lines. I did a firmware update and I got zebra lines on the X-T2 now as well. Sony have it, Fuji have it. Canon, where are you going? Where's Canon going with this? They're falling far behind. The features on this are outstanding. So quickly, we just go on to the X-T20. Yeah, this camera is, this is the biggest surprise ever, I have to say. This camera just blew me away. It just blows me away. It's so small. Like, even compared to the X-T2, it's a very small camera, but you know, like I can fit it. Like, I have small hands. I don't have big man hands, but like that fits in the palm of my hand, nice and comfortably. And it's so nice to use, but this is unbelievable. I'm so surprised with this camera. This, against Canon, this is the David against Goliath. I thought X-T2 was going to be David against Goliath, but absolutely not. Now, the downsides on the X-T20, it is not near as nice to use as the X-T2. I miss the ISO dial. I don't have one here. You can change your drive dials here. I would much prefer that being an ISO dial. I wouldn't mind having a custom button somewhere to change my drive settings and have that as my ISO dial. It's much nicer. Considering you still have your shutter speed dial, you still have your aperture ring on the lens, why wouldn't you put the ISO there? It's only a small thing, but I had to set the ISO then onto one of my buttons on my D-pad instead. Really nice camera. The image quality out of this is staggering. It's on par with the X-T2. If you take a look at this photo, this is actually what I use. This is what I do on Instagram. I'm getting really known for it on Instagram, doing my behind the photos. So when I go to a shoot, I'll photograph my camera setup. And this photo you're looking at right now is shot at ISO 3200, and it was also shot at 1/10 of a second handheld, which is amazing and just goes to show how good the image stabilization is on these cameras. Now, the main flaw, apart from the fact that it's not as nice to use as the X-T2, is the viewfinder is tiny, and where they've positioned the threading for your quick release plates on your tripods is questionable. It's right beside the battery door. Now, you know, having to change batteries on these cameras is going to be regular enough, especially if you're videoing, but the biggest problem as well is they've put the SD card in there as well. So when you fill your card up, which I will probably do when I'm videoing, I'm gonna have to take the plate off to change the card. Then later on, I have to take the plate off again to change the battery. Not a very good idea, I don't think. Also, you have to lock it. I don't get why they did that. On the X-T2, you don't. You just go and then push. It locks. Like, this camera came out after the X-T2, so why did it change back? It doesn't make any sense to me. And there's also nice sweet things as well. You can get these nice sweet custom. I got these for like a, I don't know, couple of euro on Amazon the other day. Nice. The kit lens, 1855 f2.8 to f4. Again, it's the same story as the X-T20. What a surprise! It's a kit lens, yet it's like, it's possibly the best kit lens ever. It's so sharp, lovely bokeh. You can see it on a few photos that I'll put up there. Really nice, surprising. And the thing is, it works on the X-T2. So it's great. So now I have a focal range of 10 to 55, which is great. That covers me for like maybe 85% of the photos I'll be taking, except for maybe, you know, longer focal lengths and telephoto, which I don't do all that often. I am intending on getting a Samyang 100mm macro lens in the next week or so, and then that should cover me for everything. That has me covered for my macro that I do, and it should cover me for a lot of things. I have to say, I think these cameras are so underrated. I don't think they're being talked about enough. I think Sony are being talked about too much. I hear a lot about Panasonic, I hear a lot about Sony, but you don't hear much about Fuji, but that is starting to grow. A lot more people are moving towards Fuji because of how small the system is and the quality of the images that they are producing. I personally don't see why Sony's been talked about so much, because their menus are atrocious. Like, the menus on these are really nice, really nice. Again, X-T2 is a bit better than the X-T20 because you have to go looking for some more features on this where you don't need to with the custom buttons on the X-T2. Let's just talk about like some features that they're offering here. Focus peaking is on both cameras. Canon, where have you been with focus peaking? Focus peaking is the most amazing thing I've ever come across, especially with me being a landscape photographer. I manually focus, I don't autofocus ever. So I can just look in the screen. I don't even need to zoom in ever. Well, I can if I want, but I don't usually now. You just turn the dial and whatever, I have it set to green. You can set it to whatever color you want as well. I have it set to green. Whatever appears in green around the edges is in focus. So easy. Like, you could do that, like Canon, you could do that on a firmware update. And you know how I know that? Because this camera didn't have zebra lines until I put the firmware update 2 days ago. So up until 2 days ago, I was using these cameras straight out of the box, No firmware update. I didn't put in the CDs into the computer. I just turned them on, I charged them, and I worked away with them. And I've since updated them with the new firmware from Fuji. And the new firmware for the X-T2 includes a zebra line. It's not really zebra lines, it doesn't look like lines, it has just the highlight peaking, I would call it. Fuji are looking after their users. They're obviously listening to what people are looking for. They're obviously designing, these have been designed by photographers for photographers. Absolutely fantastic. I'm extremely happy with these cameras and I am delighted I made the switch. Now, like I said, this was only going to be a short video. I only wanted to do it as a brief intro and just show you what I'm using. The great thing about the Fuji X-T2 on the day that I bought it is I actually got the vertical grip for free. It was on offer and I got it for free. I took it, I haven't used it. it's sitting there. There's 2 extra batteries sitting there at the minute and I bring it with me. And it's literally just to carry the 2 batteries, just a nice way to do it. Like, I'm not too sure if I will need it, but I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it really. I have to say that was the one thing I was surprised most by when I went to buy these cameras. I went to a place called Con's Cameras, you can see them here, down in Dublin, and I literally took all my Canon gears, the 6D, the 70D, all my lenses, put them on a table, I'm giving you this, what can you give me back? And this is what I got. And what I was so surprised by and delighted by was that even on a trade, I was able to take advantage of the offers that were available. Coming from a musician background, 18 years drumming, if you went in with a snare drum to a music shop to trade in against another snare drum and there was an offer on that snare drum, 20% off. That 20% off is no longer available to you because you're a trade-in customer. And they would tell you that 20% is only available for cash buyers. It's not the case with cameras. That is refreshing. I just wish that was available for musicians, to be able to have that. Like I was able to trade the Canon 6D and the 70D and lenses, and I'm able to get the X-T2 and still take available of the offer that the vertical grip was free. The offer was that I get the vertical grip for free with the X-T2 when any X-T2 bought, even if it's a trade-in. Anyway, that was just my first thoughts on these cameras. I'm really enjoying them, really loving them. The image quality of them is staggering. And if you are considering switching, I would highly, highly recommend it. If you're starting out and you do have the money for it and this is within your budget, I would highly recommend the X-T20 with the 18-55 kit lens, but there is also the 16-50 kit lens as well. I'm not too sure what the quality is on that, but if you wanted to save some money, you could save money that way there. But this is a great, great option for all around, for everyone all around. It's really small, it's really light, and it's, with the silver is gorgeous. It's really, really nice with the silver. I handed this to my brother to show him, hey, look at my new camera. And he thought that I had just given him my dad's old camera, Pentax MG. I just love the vintage looks of these. They're unbelievable. They work. These are cameras that have been designed by photographers for photographers. That's my opinion. I don't care what anyone else thinks on that one. That's what I feel about it. I am a graphic designer. I have worked on UX and UI, so that's user experience and user interface. And I can tell you from that kind of standpoint, the user experience on this is the best bar none. It's unbelievable. I can't really floor this camera for much at the minute. And the fact that they will give you extra features on firmware updates, it just says, it just puts the question, why don't more people go to Fuji? So anyway, I hope you liked that. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for more videos. You're going to see me talking more and more about these cameras as the time goes on, and if I can get other lenses and stuff to test out, I will do reviews on them as well. So check me out, Facebook, Instagram, and my site. My name, +photography=.com, markduffyphotography.com. And until the next time, later gators.